Hamjambo wanafunzi bora, karibu sana kwa kipindi cha leo. Jina langu ni Millie. Hello my good students, welcome to today's video. My name is Millie and today we are going to learn about Swahili verb construction. But before we get to this, if you are new here, welcome home and make sure you subscribe to continue following up our lessons. For our returning subscribers, you know I love you all and thank you so much for always tuning in. So, let's start. I hope you are ready with your pen and your book to understand this, because this is what is going to make you be able to construct a fluent Swahili sentence. We had gone through personal pronouns and subject prefix, but since today's lesson lies on this, let's first preview and then we continue. We have personal pronouns in singular and in plural form, and then we have the subject prefixes for the singular and the plural form. So mimi goes with prefix ni, wewe subject prefix u, yeye subject prefix a, and then sisi subject prefix tu, nyinyi subject prefix wao goes with subject prefix a. So our subject prefixes, we have ni, u, a, tu, and wa. But if you find this a bit difficult for you to understand, kindly make sure you go through the detailed video we did on this. I've put the link in the comment section for you. You can first go through that video and then you come and watch this one for you to be able to understand the whole concept. Alright, so for today, since we already know the pronouns and the prefixes, and as we said, the subject prefixes can stand in for the personal pronouns wherever we are not using the personal pronouns. So now, we have important points to note today before we start. For verb construction, you need their infinitive form, we need a verb root, and we need the verb end. And this is what we are going to look at today, one by one, and be able to form our verbs and construct a sentence. Because today we are constructing sentences in present tense. We have present tense, past tense, and future tense. But today we shall focus on present tense after we have done the verb construction. So please be ready for today's lesson and get set, because it's going to be juicy. Our connecting verbs, we need subject prefix and the tenses and the verbs. Once you have all this, your sentence will be complete. Once you have all this, your Swahili sentence will be complete. So we are going to be focusing on one by one, each and each, until we get to understand them, and then we can be able to construct a full sentence at the end in present tense. Stay tuned. Alright, so let's continue. As you see, the board has changed. We have already rubbed off the other ones, and now we are here to focus on the verb construction itself. So we said, points to note, to construct a verb, you need a verb itself, you need its infinitive form, you need the verb root, and we need a verb end. So let's see how we can do this. Examples of the verbs we are going to use today. Of course, we all know what verbs are. If you don't understand, you can check the link in the description and go through that video. It has detailed information about the verbs also. So a verb, as we all know, is a doing one. So our verbs for today, we are going to use soma, which means read, imba, which means sing, songa, songa to mean move. We have cheza to mean play. And then we have osha to mean wash. So, to get the infinitive form of a Swahili verb, normally we add ku. We add ku. And ku means to. So you can say to read. Now to say to read in Swahili we say ku. You just add ku before the verb and then the verb at the end. So for example, for the word soma, we say kusoma. Kusoma, to mean to read. Kusoma. For imba, we say kuimba. Kuimba. So generally the ku here represents to. So to read is kusoma. To sing is kuimba. Then we have kusonga, to mean to move. And then kucheza. Kucheza for to play. Well done. Then we have kuosha, to mean to wash. Simple as that. So to get the verb root, you just get the verb itself and then we remove the last vowel. Remove the last vowel. So our root of the verb soma becomes som. The root becomes som. So when you are constructing, the root cannot change. The verb end can change, the infinitive form can change, but the root remains the same. The root doesn't change at all. So we have som as our root for soma. We have im for our root for imba. And then we have song for our verb songa. You just remove the last vowel. For cheza, we have ches. Ches is our root. For osha, we have osh. Osh is our verb root. And then the verb end will be So most of Swahili verbs have as their verb ends. We have those which end with e, and then others end with a, but most of the ones which end with e and a, they are in negative form. And today we are mainly focusing on the positive verbs. So the negative ones, we shall focus on them in the coming videos. I hope you understand this today. So most of the positive verb ends, they are What you have to note here is that the infinitive form in Swahili, you just add ku to mean to. Kusoma, to read. Kuimba, to sing. Kusonga, to move. Kucheza, to play. Kuosha, to wash. As simple as that. Now, let's keep going since we have already seen all that contains the verb construction. Before the end of this video, we are going to use these same verbs to construct sentences in present tense. In present tense. Okay? For Swahili verb construction, there are 6 basic building blocks which you use to construct a Swahili verb. The first one is a subject prefix. Subject prefix, which we already targeted. And then the second one is a tense marker. Tense marker for all the tenses. The present tense, past tense, and the future tense. We haven't seen this yet, but we are going to see it as we construct sentences in present form. After this one, we are going to target the tense markers. And then we have relative object. We have direct object. We have a verb root, which you just saw. And then the verb end. So these are the 6 basic building blocks. But for a beginner, you need subject prefix, a tense marker, a verb root, and a verb end to be able to construct a full verb. This is all you need. Subject prefix, tense marker, verb root, and the verb end. So we have finished the prefix, the root, and the end, and now we have to target the tense marker for you to be able to construct your own verb. For beginner, focus on Steve. Subject prefix, tense marker, verb root, and the verb end. So now let's see how we can construct sentences in present tense so that we can see how to apply our tense marker. Nice. So let's do present tense. Present tense in Swahili we say wakati uliopo. Wakati uliopo. We say wakati uliopo. And the tense marker for present tense in Swahili is na. This is the tense marker for present tense. Tense marker is na for wakati uliopo. Now we are going to use our verbs which we have seen earlier to be able to construct sentences in wakati uliopo. Our first verb was soma. Soma. So don't forget we are going to apply our Steve for subject prefix, tense marker, verb root, and verb end. Using our verb soma, which was our first verb, we can say ninasoma Kiswahili. Ninasoma Kiswahili. Ninasoma Kiswahili. I am learning Swahili. So ni is the subject prefix representing mimi. So now we have ni as our subject prefix. Na is our tense marker for present tense marker. Som is our verb root, and then a is our verb end. So now we have ninasoma Kiswahili. As easy as that. And then next our verb was imba. So we can say unaimba vizuri. Unaimba vizuri. You are singing nicely. Let's write down. Unaimba vizuri. As you can see, we have already used ni in our first one. So unaimba vizuri. You are singing nicely. Our u is here, subject prefix, which represents the personal pronoun wewe. So this is our subject prefix u. Na is the tense marker for present tense wakati uliopo. Na. Unaimba. Right now, you are singing very well. Im is our verb root, and then a is our verb end. Unaimba vizuri. U for personal pronoun wewe. Na, the tense marker. Im is our verb root, and then a is our verb end. Our Steve applies for the beginners. We go to our third verb, which was songa. So we can say, let's use the subject prefix a for personal pronoun yeye. We can say anasonga mbele. Anasonga mbele. Anasonga mbele. This is interesting. Anasonga mbele. So is our prefix for personal pronoun yeye. Subject prefix, our na for present tense marker here, and then sung is our verb root, and then is our verb end. Anasonga mbele. To mean he or she, remember we said yeye is either he or she, so he or she is moving ahead. And then our next verb was cheza. So let's use to, subject prefix to represent personal pronoun sisi. So we can say tunacheza mpira. Tunacheza mpira. Tunacheza mpira. Our to is the subject prefix for personal pronouns sisi, we. Na is the tense marker, ches is our verb root, and then is the verb end. Tunacheza mpira. We are playing a ball. Our next verb was osha. Osha. So let's use osha and subject prefix for nyinyi. Mnaosha vyombo. Mnaosha vyombo. Let's say mnaosha vyombo. Mnaosha vyombo. M is our subject prefix for personal pronoun nyinyi, and then na is our tense marker for present tense. Na, present tense marker. Osh will be our verb root, and then is our verb end. So mnaosha vyombo. You are washing the dishes. Mnaosha vyombo. You are washing the dishes. Until this point, I want to say thank you so much for watching. But before we click out, we have a take home. So now we are remaining with personal pronoun wao, subject prefix wa, and this one we are going to take it home. And please make sure you leave your answer in the comment section and keep practicing these sentences to be able to perfect yourself. Let's see if we have all learned. And if you have any concern, please make sure you leave your concern in the comment section and we shall be replying to them. Construct a present tense sentence using the verb pika, verb pika, which means cook. Subject, prefix, use subject prefix, wow. So, don't forget, for us beginners, we have to use STVE to mean subject prefix, tense marker, verb root, and verb end. Until this point, I want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.